So I asked in a poll if y'all wanted to see a process on my animations slash training, and a couple of y'all may have said yes. Okay, and it wasn't really a poll.
If I hit you with a W-I-D, you better not hit me with an H-E-Y. It better be like, with a bunch of eyes, or hey, with a bunch of eyes.
I'm just watching the animation over. I don't know why it glitches like that, like the white part. So, a light motion is a little tricky, but once you learn it, it's probably the easiest shit ever. It's really easy. Now, the, Luke, he was really easy. All I had to do was make some keyframes where he went in and out of opacity and do the movements where he went, in and out of side view, whatever. And then the hands and the feet are probably, or legs and arms, are probably the most important. Now, the ears were really easy. They were like the last thing I animated. I animated the heart stuff a little earlier. But, yeah. The hands and feet are probably some of the most important crap ever. And the face. Because the hands and arms can show so much emotion. Like in this, he brings it closer when he likes it, or he brings it farther when he don't like it. And he has his legs up in happiness, see. And he's wagging his tail. I had to add that, you know what I mean? Like, it's just too cute. He has a tail. It had to be done. Now, this was so tedious. And so, yeah. Had to rotate it, move it a bunch. It was like one of the last things I animated as well. It was really hard. The body, I animated one at a time, but I had to have both of the legs and feet at once, because if I did it, then it would look weird and I wouldn't understand what I'm doing, and it would just not make sense to me. So I had to do that. It just had to be done. And with when you're placing, you want to make sure, even if it seems a little not big, you want to make sure it's not too big or small, but it's perfect size for the body, like depending on your body. The first thing you want to place is the body or the head when you're placing or you're doing animation. First thing you want to place is the body or the head. And you want to animate your head the way you like it. Like in CapCut, go ahead and go in CapCut and add all your different emotions for your face. And I have to draw the eyebrows on the front hair because it don't work otherwise for some reason. It just goes under the hair and I don't like that. So I have to draw it on the hair. And then I add the hair separately and then stuff. So with all your emotions, and then you can add the head or the body first, which is the most important ones, which you want to animate them, obviously. And then probably the next important ones are probably the arms and legs. And then the prop I would do last, like if you have a prop. And like extra stuff, you want to do last. So with this, the tail is also very important. If you have a tail on yours and you're trying to animate that and he's happy, make it wag like really happy. And then you can do that and stuff. I'm just showing here how I did that. So I saved Luke as a transparent thing, transparent PNG after I did the magic wand and did the clear base up there at the top, up there at the layers. And then with this, the tail can show so many emotions. If you're putting it under the body, like if you're moving it, rotating like that, that means it's like he's sad or something. He's upset. He's angry. And if he's wagging it, he's like really happy. And then like outwardly, I think that would mean he's just like obsessed or like really like happy. Or still really happy, just like focused or something. Now with this, this is where I did all the extra stuff. I added I cropped it so the light motion thing wouldn't show. It looks a lot cleaner when the light motion thing doesn't show. It really does. I would recommend. And my at thing, my at. So and again, let me talk more about emotions. Emotion is the most important thing in this. So, even with the only being 10 seconds, it was very important. I'm going to show the process of me making a small little animation in just a minute, but I think I've said all I needed to really say for this. But it is very important to know what emotions you're trying to convey. And if it looks a little weird, the head animation was really weird. But if it looks a little weird, that's normal. Like with the head, I was doing like a weird face without the eyebrows, and it was really weird. But it gets better, I promise. Now, here's a little animation. So I'm just opening up a light motion right now. It always gives you this little thing. You just close it when you get into a light motion. And I don't have anything to add, so I'm just going to add the little square and just go with it. So the little square. The thing I'm going to add first is the main part, the body, or what's all the parts. Also, take a screenshot with green screen or blue screen or pink screen of all your body parts. All of them. Take a picture of all the ones you need. Make sure. And the cropping is so weird on this, so you gotta be careful. But yeah, with this, the threshold is also very important to get rid of those really pesky green lines, and sometimes I don't even get rid of them fully. As you can see, there's still some really pesky green lines. This is going to, this took me a good minute to do. Even with it being so small, it took me about 7 minutes to just do the small little animation, which is not my favorite. It takes a while, but I enjoy animating. It's very fun for me. It's just, it takes a minute, So, as you can see, I'm just getting the body parts in place, and eventually, and you want the hand in front of the arm. You can move the layers with the little 3-line thing, and you can move them up and down when you have to hold it down a little long, but you have to hold it down and move it. I'm really used to this. The chroma keys are really easy for me now. All of that. So chroma keys are really pesky. So there's moving, rotating, size thing. There's a size thing, and there's a bendy sort of thing. It bends it kind of forward, kind of backwards. It's not that cool bending animation you see, but there is a way to do that in the light motion. But now I'm just placing it. He's gonna flail his arms and throw them down on his legs, which was what my idea was, to convey an angry emotion, a screaming, a tantrum, basically. So, as you see, I'm just getting that sorted and adding my keyframes. Keyframes are really easy. Just add them. You want to add them on at least the movement section and the rotating section, which it go into a move and transform. And there's the first and second one are moving and rotating. So, as you can see, I'm rotating it. And I'll fix the size in a minute. Sometimes you're going to have to fix the size, but one good thing about light motion is that if you rotate it just with your 2 fingers, and remember, I'm doing this all with my hands. I don't have any fancy tools with me. Maybe besides a stylus, but that's only when I'm doing art. This is all being done in my own time. Sorry, my thing is really weird. And I'm fixing the size and stuff, all that. And right now I'm fixing the size. And I'm flailing the arms up, and putting the arms up is slower, and then them going down is really faster, because it's supposed to look like that. It's supposed to. So you do it when you're flailing arms like that, up and then slamming them down on something. You want the uprise to be slower than it going down and slamming, because otherwise it'll look really odd. See how close it is compared to the other thing? Yeah, that is going to make a good animation. So I'm just doing it with ears and tail. The last section is going to be your bending thing. It's going to be what bends it. There are a lot of different tools that I just have not got myself into, which I'm very scared of. I'm scared to test it, and I'm so scared. I am absolutely terrified of them. So I'm not. I hate exploring. It's not my thing. There's so many different effects. I'm so scared to test them. But light motion is such a complex thing. But once you learn it, the basics at least, it is such an easy thing. And I think people call them the in-betweens, where you smooth out the animation where it's kind of like goes out of place for a little bit. Of course, the end product where it ends is going to be good. See? That's okay, right? But you see them out of place like that, that's not good. That's not good. We don't like that. We don't like it. So we're going to fix it. And like in-betweens and stuff, fix it. Like I'm fixing that one. See, it looks a little better. But this one is a little bit trickier. This one had a couple in-betweens. Yeah. So now it's a lot better. The tail is what I dread the most. I didn't know what to do with the tail for this one. So I just kind of made it go under the body to convey an angry emotion or upset emotion. But I don't know. Really? Now, a light motion is really easy to track with the movements, like where you want a keyframe to stop and where you want it to, like, start. It's really easy to convey that, like, see that, because you can see when it stops. Like, see, you can slowly go through it, and you can see where it stops. Like there, and then if you want to place a keyframe at a stopping point of an animation, then that's what you want to do, basically. Now, animation takes a long time, so those big animation things, I can't imagine. I just can't. I really can't. But the tail is what we dread the most. I know. But this is going to be a quick roundup. The tail's really easy. I'm going to go through the animation a bunch, because I like admiring my animations. I love admiring my animations. But I have to say one thing. You have to resist making the tail huge, because if you don't, the proportions will be crazy. I'm telling you this now to save you some time. It's really bad if you don't take care of the proportions for the tail. Listen, it's really hard because it just... See, I'm tracking the movements for when it goes all the way up and stops for a second, and then goes slamming down, you know? And then when it slams down, I do a little animation, a little downward. Oh, I added an extra keyframe on accident, so I don't feel like getting rid of that keyframe, so I'm just gonna do that. Just like, do that. And see how smooth this is? Okay, now watch it. Watch it again. You like my animation? I love watching my animations. It's very fun. Especially when I know I got the result I wanted. Don't mind the random cat video you see. It was for an audio, and I just still had the video because I really liked it. Anyway, I'm going to have to wrap this up. But this is animation tweening process. I really hope you enjoy watching. Thank you.